What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stirfry. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
We are doing something different today with this episode. We're doing a Q&A. We're going to go live on Instagram and answer all your guys' questions.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to go live right now. All right, let's see. How do I fucking set this up?
Let's get it.
So you just hit live over here.
Yeah, we're going to both just go live.
Boom.
Get to it real quick.
Checking connection. You are now live.
Let's get into like the questions we got from the DM.
So let's go into the questions.
So I know one of the questions people asked was, do you know another? How many languages do you speak? And when I seen that, all I could think it was like, I speak one. Like,
yeah,
I took 4 years of French, but I speak one. All that Je m'appelle, J Sweet. It's weird because like I can read it and put together what's going on, but I do not speak French.
I know like Je m'appelle Thai, and that's the only thing
I'm not gonna go tell people. What language did you have to learn?
So I had to learn Spanish. I took 4 years of Spanish. Can't tell you a single word in Spanish at all. Yeah, and I think it was kind of pointless. I mean, this is the thing. I think if we are required to learn languages at a really young age, like all these other foreign countries, it should be required. You know, from kindergarten up. Just. I mean, in classrooms, everyone would be way better, like communicative.
I mean, yeah, that would help. Like if you had to learn a language and keep it moving.
Well, think like. Other countries like, Spain, Italy, they all know English. They know Italian and they know English. And it helps to communicate just worldwide. Like, we're kind of just ignorant here in the U.S.
I mean, I think it would be a huge debate on whether it should be like French or Spanish. So I guess like we could say Spanish because most of our products usually have like a Spanish version on it. That's what I would think. But I've seen people like debate that like highly, like which, like, if they do go into that, which one should it be? Yeah.
I mean, see, that's, again, it's probably, Drew, I would whoop your ass in ping pong, bro. Let's go.
Oh, man, Drew said he wanted a match. He said he wanted it on video.
Oh, man.
He said he wanted it on video.
You go down. No, we used to, back in the Kreischer days.
Ping pong is always classic.
Yeah, going back to the language thing, I think that would be it'd be English, right? Just for the sheer fact that we're just.
How many languages do you speak? It's just one. It's pure. It's English.
Do you ever think there would be a time when it's just one universal language at all? And do you think that would be English? Do you think they would push towards that? Like, eventually?
I mean, I feel to be honest, I feel that way now. I feel like English is the universal, and it's not because I'm American, but it's like. If all these other countries and continents have to learn English, I mean, it's pretty much English. Like, that's the universal language.
Yeah.
It's just like the American dollar. Like, it's the American dollar. People want the American dollar.
What's up, Logan? But yeah, I mean, that's facts.
Oh, Logan's not down for the universal
language. She's not down for the universal language. I mean, because I think...
I do think things should kind of, like, stay how they are as far as just, like, having a variety.
Well, yeah, because what language is kind of, there's some words in other languages that just don't translate. The meaning behind the language is what it's all about. Okay, so Drew asked us, what are your inspirations? I mean, I think for me, life really inspires me. It's just being able to do what I want and do what I love and kind of inspire other people or help other people just create. I think more people need to just go ahead and create. You don't have to be... Everyone should learn how to create and share something with the world. I think that's what makes the world a better place. And it makes us all kind of like get on with this fucked up world,
I think just... for me, it's just knowing that anything is possible. Everybody kind of starts out at a smaller setting, smaller place in life, and you have to just build up. So I think that's what motivates me.
Yeah, definitely. Another question is, so going off of inspires, what motivates you every day? on a daily basis?
I guess just knowing that I'm close. Like everybody gets that shot, and it just changes their life in one day, one night. And I think I'm close to that, so I just keep going. Because if I stop, then I'll just never reach that point that I want to reach.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like just knowing that well, each day you're one step closer to being where you want to be, and if you give up, then you'll never know how close you really were. And I think that's kind of the motivator. Just knowing that like things will definitely pay off in the long run. If you keep working hard and keep grinding, then it'll work out for sure. With whatever, you'll get better at something. Maybe you won't make it to where you wanted to be, but you'll get definitely better, and you'll get farther than someone that's not putting in that work, like we are. But all right, let's see. Another question is, how do you price your videos? So that's an interesting question, and I think that's something that I asked for when I was first becoming a filmmaker. I think that pricing is very hard, very important to realize your value. So, for instance, when I first started out, obviously, like anybody else, I was doing things for free. I was doing whatever I could get. I was shooting videos for all my LIV boys. I'm still am, but I was doing it for free back then. And then I finally got my first really paid gig, and it was for Mark Clayton, actually.
Yeah, okay.
My first, I got paid like maybe $50 here and there, like some petty cash, whatever. Hey, see you, Drew. But yeah. So I got my first gig from Mark. We did for the fee. That was kind of my first paid gig. I only made $100 on that, but to me that was like I saw it moving. I saw my quality getting better, my skills getting better, and I was really able to make a profit. My first paid gig was actually for Silk, doing his events. That was the first paid gig. It was like an event promo recap video. I spent a day with him all day.
Yeah.
I think I got paid, $45, but for me that was big. I was like, dude, this is dope. I'm getting paid to do what I love, and I would have done this for free, kind of,
Yeah.
So yeah, I got paid there, and then Mark's video was the first music video, and that kind of, I was nervous at first, and I was like, am I worth $100? Like, what value am I bringing? But as I realized that this is a real skill, this is a real package, and this is a real good that people will buy, and they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
This is something where you can make a living on, making videos. So right now I kind of price my videos basically one set price depending on what the person wants. We'll talk about it if they need to buy props, when extra props, stuff like that. But I just think you just really need to find your value. How much are you worth? How much is your time worth?
Yeah, music videos are kind of like really debatable. Anything like entertainment, like if I want to do a verse on somebody's song, or if I want to write music for them, it really just depends on the person, their vision, and I don't know, a bit of things like how far I think it can go, different things like that. But yeah, pricing and stuff like that in the entertainment industry is kind of like iffy. But do you kind of have like what's the word I want to say? So I would think like normal song, like 3 minutes. I think that's kind of that for 3 minutes, probably like 4 scenes. So kind of like what's the ballpark? I know that's what they're trying to get to. Like
I know that's what
like
they want. They want me to say that my price, but I don't want to say my price. You DM me for my price. All I want to tell you is that if you're a filmmaker, you can feel free to DM me, but I don't want to just say my price out loud because I don't think that I don't think every project should be worth the same price. I think it's based on the project itself, so I really can't give you a straight up music video price. I definitely am $300 and up. Give you that.
Yeah.
Not doing shit below that. I think that's important. Yeah. I mean, just you guys gotta realize when, especially the people that are buying these music videos and purchasing the service, is that you know, you gotta realize that we're putting in the work, we're putting in the time. What's up, y'all? How you doing? If you got any questions, go ahead, feel free and ask. So another question for me is, how did you get started making videos, and then you could kind of spiral off that into to music. For me, I made videos my whole life. When I was a little kid, I started making like stop motion animation videos, shit like that, which was obviously a lot of fun. I love that shit. And then as I got older, I started doing like skits. What up, Trash Dog? I started doing skits. Then I started doing little short type films with neighborhood kids, like with my dude Johnny.
Oh,
Shit. Okay.
that's a question. I see my boy Roscoe Noe just chimed in too.
Okay.
Another dope artist in the Cleveland area. But to answer the question, favorite artist, if we talking about right now, I might have to pick NBA YoungBoy. If we talking about right now, I just like seeing it. Like, he don't got the best music videos, but just the entertainment aspect, dropping music fast, young. I don't know. It's raw. It's raw.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I
If you pick somebody like right now, like who been shaking up for 2019 to like right now for you?
oh man,
One person too.
that's tough because I fuck with a lot of rappers. I fuck with. So
I mess with a lot of people.
yeah,
but
I mean, it's
I
just
just
hard
wanted to answer that
because my
question.
number one artist, like, no matter what, is Mac Miller. I fucking.
I mean, yeah.
love that guy.
All time is way different.
Oh, okay. Favorite artist now? I mean, trying to think of who I'm listening to, man. Like,
because I'm not gonna act like.
what's my go-to? All right, right now for me, A Boogie with a Hoodie is popping. That album is just pure fire.
Okay.
I love everything.
See, that's what I mean. Like,
why does everyone want to get me started on Eminem, man?
A Boogie, obviously hard. Roddy Ricch hard. I'm not gonna act like the Baby not nice. Like, it's a whole bunch of good
people are
artists, good
popping
people
right
that's
now.
popping. But for like what I like to watch, what I like to see, the whole movement, I don't know. I like his work ethic. I like how he just NBA YoungBoy just keep making music. Just he's out there. When it's time to feature, he does what he needs to do. And I mean, obviously, you got people like Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole. They're on a whole nother level, whole nother scale. And when they do drop, like, the world shakes, but they don't drop music at a fast rate. So that's basically what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
I get it. Like young boys popping off with all sorts of different stuff every week. He's got, he's just a funny, goofy dude all over the place. He's putting out those music videos like every week.
Okay, I see Trash Dog messing with Roddy Ricch.
What about Dolph? I fuck with Dolph. That's
what I'm saying. Like, you have tons of like raw artists. Like Dolph. Dolph is definitely raw. I like the independent movement he got going. Him being able to sign like an artist. I think for Dolph, for me, it's more like a movement though than like the music. Just like seeing everything happen. Him being real to himself. Him turning down contracts. Like, it's just a dope movement to see Dolph. I mean, his music is raw too, but I think I like the movement more than the music.
Yeah, I agree. I think he, preaches that good independent shit that people need to hear.
Hey.
Shout out Eli. But yeah, I think Dolph stands for good shit in the industry right now. Like
you can't just do it. You can't be independent.
Well, right now people are just people need to be independent. They need to know what they're getting themselves into, and I don't think they understand fully about these contracts. And there's we need people like Dolph and people like on a larger scale, I don't know how independent he is now, but like Chance, like they need these people to stay independent and prove that you could do it on your own. You don't need to have like a huge contract to really make that good money, because you can make fucking way more money on your own. But again, it takes more work, so it's like the trade off.
Yeah, takes more work. Definitely possible. I mean, seeing Chance the Rapper, seeing Dolph do it. Even Yo Gotti before we seen like the whole deal with Jay and all that. I mean, he was a huge independent artist. So I mean, definitely possible to be independent, get it done, do what you need to do.
Definitely. Another question. So, well, how did you get started on making songs? I know I trailed off about how to get started making videos,
Oh yeah,
but
music.
you know,
I mean, I always did music. So I did music kind of like even like to go back to like middle school. I pretty much was middle school. I was pretty much rapping, freestyle, and lunch table stuff. Then I took it more serious in high school. But I actually had songs recorded. I had songs recorded. Was putting them out. Social media, getting it popping. 1,000 views, 5,000 views. Like it looked crazy. I'm like, dang, all these people listen to me. I don't even know. I don't even know 5,000 people. Like I'm in eighth grade. Like
and
how did I get
that's
these
when
views?
music wasn't that easy to make, like to like get recorded
Yeah, I mean, it
and
wasn't no
good.
blueprint. It
Yeah.
wasn't no like strategy. It wasn't no, all the stuff that these other people have now. I'm gonna have to check out. Trash Dog gave us artists to listen to. We're gonna definitely
Yeah,
have to.
Rob. I had a beer with him at down in up in Michigan. I went to his spot. He showed me his music. He's dope dude.
But I do. Oh yeah, so kind of expand. After high school, I just kept going in college, and I feel like college really brought out the best of me musically. Just understanding like what type of music I wanted to make, why I wanted to make this music, and just knowing that I could just stay true to myself and just make the best music possible. So I mean, that's kind of like my answer. Just like it was the thing I always did, but I don't know. I just feel like I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you can see with both of us, we kind of started our craft younger.
Yeah.
Cause what I started when I was young making videos, obviously, like I told you guys, and then I kind of stopped for a while in high school. It was kind of like not what I wanted to do. I was, doing football, sports. I was kind of do all that kind of stuff, and then when I got to college, I still didn't do that up until my junior years when I got started back into it. Really,
Oh, my boy Nick Lotz just tapped in. He got that fire music video.
hey, Chef T
Fire,
shot it.
that fire
Hey,
music video
go
just
check it
dropped.
out.
Whole fire mixtape just dropped.
Yep, fire tape.
Y'all better wake up.
But yeah. So what happened to me? I actually, for all you guys that didn't know, used to make music. So when I stopped making videos just for fun, I started making music, and kind of from. I mean, my whole life I kind of made music. I was involved in music. Me and my dude Steve, we used to just make a bunch of mixtapes when we were young. I think I made my first mixtape when I was like 10.
I know how it is, man. That good old basement recording,
Yeah.
getting it in.
I mean, that's what the beauty of music. I think everyone should try to write some sort of music. It doesn't have to be like. I think it's just therapeutic to just get specifically rap. I think rap and singing, obviously, if you could sing, but like rap is like poetry, obviously, and you can go ahead and express yourself and do stuff that like, some people don't like writing down in a journal or something.
Right.
Well, like making music is a journal for a lot of people.
I mean, so I think it's a good experience, like everybody to have like just one song, like they can look back on, even if it's not something that they want to do, but just I recorded this song 10 years ago. Hey, I'm about to play it, or if you do have friends that you can grow up with, and it's like, hey, remember that time we recorded that song? Oh, you still got that? Yeah. So I think it's a cool idea.
No, I agree. I think that yeah, and it's just cool to look back on it, man. I don't know. There's just something about I can't wait till I'm like 40 or 50 and I have this like old music library that I made and I'm like this shit is ridiculous. What was I thinking? And then your kids are like, what the your kids, just to show your kids and be like, oh, my dad was making music. I don't know, that shit's just raw.
Yeah, for y'all that don't know, like Chef T is done. It's $1 million a verse if you want him to get back to recording.
I can come out of retirement.
He got you on the videos, like whatever video you need, hit him up for the service. But as right now, it's $1 million. It's $1 million a verse.
Yeah.
$2 million for a chorus. You got them singing vocals.
Yeah, you guys don't want to hear it. But let's see another question.
See, Barlow's chimed in.
What up, Los?
Jasmine chimed in.
How you doing?
Hot girl Tay, what up? y'all got some questions, let us know. Right now we answering
Okay.
different questions from the DM that we had got.
And then
Different
let's
questions
see.
on live.
We have what made you want to start a podcast? That's a good question because
Okay.
so everyone has a podcast, right? It seems like it. We're going in a world where Joe Schmo down the street's got one. Your local high school stoners have one. It's kind of everywhere. But I think that, at least for me, I'm not speaking for Will, but I think that just we talk about things all the time, and one day I was sitting there like, dude, we need to get these ideas and our concepts out to people because um, I don't think people are hearing our point of view, and I think our point of view is great, and I think people can learn. Because what we're saying isn't facts. Like everything that we perceive isn't universally true. We're just saying our opinions and how we see things. There's a lot of different ways to go about doing things, in music, but we just want to give our pointers, kind of be able to express concepts that people don't talk about as in depth, get to talk to artists that, we want to give them a voice, but we want to do things differently. We want to get to know the real them. Who are they? I don't really want to ask them questions about their music. Yeah, we do it a little bit to get the ball rolling, but I think we have more in-depth, conversations with artists that I think is unique in this industry.
Yeah, definitely. So I feel like I wanted to do the podcast really just for like entertainment purposes. Like I knew it would add to my audience. I knew I would get to meet a lot of cool people, learn a lot of new things, pick up a skill, also just increase my public speaking as well. So I was like, it's a great idea. I only see positives from doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And in the midst of that, I feel like I definitely learned a lot. Like different people we interview, I thought they did one thing. I thought they was only into one thing. I learned about like their history and how they even built up to the position that they're currently in. So I mean, doing a podcast has been great.
I mean, think about this, dude. How often do you sit down with somebody new? Sorry, my voice cracked. But how often do you sit down with somebody new and you sit there and have an hour conversation? You sit at a table, you look at them, you talk to them, you get to know them, and you have a conversation about life topics. You don't get that in normal life. Like, how many people do that?
Right.
And I think it's just whether it provides value to anybody else, which I think it does. I think it provides a shit ton of value to me. Really getting to know somebody on a personal level like that. It's just, I think it's great.
Yeah, podcast is definitely different than like a lot of things. Like if you just shooting a music video or if you just working with somebody on a song, I don't know, it's kind of quick. It might be business, but like podcasts, you break down their thoughts, their emotions. You break down their fan base, and then some people, they actually create a character versus like their own reality. So even like, how did they come up with this character? How are they, building that character? And when does that character stop? So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, again, just getting to know in depth. Because I think first of all...
Hey, that's my boy Truth.
Yeah, what up, Truth?
Truth jumped in, man.
Got any questions for us? Hit us up. But I think that podcasting and, kind of getting to know their, how they got to where they were. But also, like, who are they really? Are they a character? Or, who are they targeting? Who's their audience? All that type of stuff. I think that's just important. And like you look online and you see these interviews, like there'll be a 20-minute interview. It'll ask about the same dumb shit that they talk about in every damn podcast or interview setting. We want to do something different. We want to stir it up. The dude, but yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, we answered all the questions today. Whatever y'all want to know.
So this is for you, Will. Do you buy leased beats?
Oh, leased beats. I would say definitely not no more. Just because like I know so many producers in Cleveland to where like I would more so get the exclusive rights. And it just overall it just make way more sense to just get the exclusive rights. If you taking music like serious and you don't want to get messed up on the back end. For anybody that don't know, basically, like if you buy leased beats, once you're like famous, you gotta cut that person in on a whole different level because the beat is leased and you don't actually own it. Versus if you had to just bought it, it's pretty much, that person that's out the way. And not saying like I wouldn't like, show love, but it's a whole different thing. Like your song blows up, it makes millions of dollars. You're liable to cut them in like hundreds of thousands of dollars if it's no paperwork involved. So that's just like a small example to kind of like narrow it down. But if you just like jumping in and you just thinking like I'm about to just make a song, get on SoundCloud, this is all fun. I mean, yeah, just lease a beat, that's cool. Or just go on YouTube, download one. That's cool.
Yeah, but I think leasing a beat is definitely better than just downloading one off YouTube for no reason.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I mean, because you might have a whole bunch of tags on YouTube in a way. It'd be way annoying or whatever.
And you don't, and like you have a little bit of respect to like market the stuff because they they lease.
Yeah, and I mean when you lease it, I mean you can still like make some money to certain like limitations. It depends on how they lease was kind of set up though. But yeah, like I said, like it's just a huge difference. I mean, if this is just fun and games, lease a beat, have fun, have a ball. If this is serious, this is what you want to do with your life. Don't lease beats, just like cash out. I mean, save. You better off just saving up, because it's kind of like, and I mean, people charge different prices, but if it's typically, I can speak for like Cleveland. Typically, like a lease beat might be like $35, and to purchase the full rights, that can range anywhere from like, let's say like 80 to like 500. This is like speaking for Cleveland or whatever. And I mean, if you gotta save, just save up, make that a great song, and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that people see this is the problem. If you want to become a professional artist, you have to understand that you have to buy beats or start out leasing the beats.
Yeah.
Because this is the problem I see a lot of people go into. They get these free beats, and they always download these free beats, or they don't even download free beats. They download the beats that are on YouTube. They just download illegally. But do you not understand that if you want to be a professional, you want to make it, dude, they're going to take all that fucking money from you if that song skyrockets and you don't own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will have rights to that.
Yeah, it's going to
shit.
be bad. They're going to get a lot of money.
They are going to get a lot of your money. If you are serious about it, buy the beats. Link up with a good producer that you like. Build a connection. They might give you some free beats. They might like your music. I think that's a really good route to go, and I think that that's where people separate, right? There's like this line of people that goes from it goes below it are people that want to make music. They're like, oh, I hope I make it, but they're not too serious about it, and that's fine. If you're just not serious, you're like me, and like when you were in high school and you're just making it just to make it and just enjoying the process of making music, then download beats. But if you see this as being a career, take it seriously. Take those steps to buy the beat. That's any profession.
And I will say that, so a partnership like split sheet is also an option, but you gotta keep in mind. So basically, what I'm talking about is a partnership. So the producer thinks you're really talented. Y'all get a split sheet, and y'all pretty much split royalties and everything like that. And basically, you're both just hoping that the song goes well and everybody can get paid. Now, the only thing with this is, a lot of producers is annoying. Like, they get DMs like that all the time. Like, hey, I'm the one to break you. Hey, I'm so talented. I'm good. But, like I said, if a producer really believes in you, like, they'll go with it. But
yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of producers just like, dude, everybody tells me this. I can't do that. I got to provide for myself. And they're not down for that.
Yeah, I think this goes back to the idea that, like, you should build this relationship with people, especially so you have these resources. Like, yeah, if you come at somebody and say, hey, dude, you want to give me free beats? Like, no, fuck you. Like, no one's going to do that. But you build a relationship with somebody, and you prove your value to them, and they prove their value to you. You build a relationship that you can work out of. You work deals off. And you should, I mean, dude, if you believe in their work, man, you should toss some money, man. This shit it's hard to make a living out here doing any type of creative stuff. I think that's another place where people kind of don't realize the value. People, especially closer to you, your friend does photography, work out a deal. Still pay them because they still have to make a living. Still work out a scenario where everyone can eat and win.
Yeah, so what I usually do is I usually pay people in some type of way or not. Like, even if it's not money, it might be time or something that I know how to do, what type of different skills that I have, and we work out something that just like makes sense and is beneficial for everybody. Because y'all keep in mind, like money isn't the only source of payment. Your
Yeah.
like I said, your time, your skills are also a form of payment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, introducing you to somebody that expanded your business or giving you new business or yeah, whatever people value, it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be money at all. All right, and then I guess another thing going off of the least beats for me would be like subscriptions. I got a question about what do I use to edit my videos. I use Premiere Pro, After Effects. I use all the Adobe Creative Suite. I use mine on a subscription basis because I think that's the only way Adobe can do it. I think it's really great way if you're a filmmaker to pay for the subscription because you get Photoshop, Illustrator, anything you can imagine with Adobe.
Were you the person to go from like iMovie, Windows Movie Maker straight to Adobe, or were you the person that had the Final Cut and was just like, times have changed, I'm headed to Adobe?
So this is actually what happened. I haven't used Windows Movie Maker since I was like a little kid.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when I was making little movies and little music videos when I was like 13, 12, I was using Windows Movie Maker, of course.
Okay.
But then I got smart. I torrented illegally downloaded a version of Sony Vegas Pro.
Okay.
That was bumping back in the day.
By accident.
Yeah, it just
sometimes
happened.
you just click on stuff.
Yeah, just like downloaded. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so it downloaded, and I was using that, and I was it was like a high quality editing software. So I was using that to edit my videos. I was using blue screen before people were using shit,
Okay, gotcha.
I had a blue sheet and I threw that up. I used Windows Sony Vegas and did all that. What up, Fushman? How you doing? But yeah, so that's how I got started doing
Couple
Sony
people
Vegas.
chimed in.
That laptop got really slow and I didn't have it no more. I was like, oh, whatever. So I got my buddy Steve. I would have to shoot a music video. I'd go to my buddy Steve's house because I didn't have a laptop, and I would edit on his MacBook, and he had Premiere Pro. So this is the hustle, you gotta do what you gotta. Whatever you have, you gotta.
I mean, but that's what it's about. It's about like building a network, partnership. Because I mean, like Steve had the laptop, but Steve didn't know how to edit videos, or if he did, not at the same level. So that's a partnership. Because then, like Steve wants a video, y'all can work it out, and it's like, you've been using my laptop, so I need this video.
It's a trade off of value, and it was just cool because I couldn't afford a MacBook at the time, and I was just like, I want to shoot though. I'm not gonna let it stop me from shooting videos. Like I'm gonna still shoot music videos, and to edit them, I'll work out a deal with him, and I'll see him when I can go over there and edit it. It might not be convenient for me, but I'm gonna put in that work, and hopefully it'll pay off, and it ended up paying off. I ended up getting a MacBook, and then I could have, if Steve would have had Final Cut, I probably would have went with Final Cut, but I loved Photoshop too much.
Makes sense.
Photoshop was my shit, and it still is. And I'm just like an all over creator. So I use, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere Pro. They're all just too convenient than buying one bulk software like Final Cut. And yeah, it's a little more pricey, but I think the value I get is way more than paying for one price for one software. I think the value is just crazy. But yeah, so basically I edit now on Premiere Pro, After Effects. So, Will, what's going on? Someone asked us what's going on in the Cleveland music scene.
Oh, Cleveland music scene is it's lit right now. I mean, so obviously, like it's not really nationally lit. I mean, you got like, MGK doing his thing, but locally, like it's some fire people. I say like, I really like Big Fame music right now. He's going pretty hard. We just interviewed KB the artist. He's going hard. A lot of good hits. Nick Loss just dropped a video.
Oh, dude, yeah,
super
everyone
dope.
needs to check out his music, dude. That album was fire.
I'm trying to think. Like it's just like so many people. Like especially like even on the female side, YBF Shaw. I've been like posting her like in my story. She's fire. But the Cleveland music scene is really dope right now. There's a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
And I think different people are finding different sounds too. That's the other thing too. And
Yeah,
I mean,
I definitely think so. I think the community's starting to grow a lot. Like I'm seeing more and more people be interactive. You know, not be to themselves. It's growing. I see it all growing, and the coronavirus shit kind of fucked it up. So I think this summer we were heading in like a really good direction. Hopefully, still are, but I do think it like kind of put a dent in like the snowball effect that was going. Like
yeah.
we were gonna have a lot of shit pop out. There was a lot of local shows, a lot of
Yeah, and then I mean,
stuff going
you know,
on.
like even me, like I feel like on my like music and like it's crazy when different music like do get released that I got some stuff in the vault. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like it's a lot of people, you know, kind of like behind the scenes right now doing stuff. But Cleveland music scene is really fire right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just gonna grow more than it has before. I think right now we are seeing it explode more than it's ever been before. I think a lot of more artists are coming out of Cleveland, like YSN Flow. He's not from Cleveland though; he's from Ohio, right?
I mean,
Or is he
Isaiah
from
Flow is from Brunswick, so he's from Cleveland.
he's local.
He's from Cleveland.
He's the shit.
Yeah, YSN Flow is he got it. He's talented.
Oh man, I fuck with him, man.
And you know, my boy Haber Flexworthy been going in.
Hilarious!
You know, he do like the
dude.
comedy rap,
Hilarious.
going crazy. He's always touring out of town. Fire dude, talented dude.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. He's gonna.
We actually got a crazy.
Does he do stand up comedy?
Yeah, so he told me he also does do like stand up out of town.
Dude, I would love to
see
see
a lot
stand-up.
of people book him. Yeah, we gotta head to like one of the shows one day.
Dude, I love stand up, dude. And if you could, man, it's a talent, man. People.
Yeah, stand up is a crazy.
That's just a crazy thing because people have to go up there, look in front of an audience of like 20 to 30 people, all staring you down, drinking, and you got to make them laugh. You know how hard that is?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like you have to come up with new material consistently. Man, that's just a whole nother game.
I know, man.
That's just crazy.
I also
Okay,
have to do it.
let's see. This is an interesting question. Who would you hire? All right, so if you could, sorry, I'm wording this terribly, but if you could choose, who would you hire? Someone that does cleaning, yard work, or cooking? If we had the money,
Got you.
one of the three.
Well, so right now, pretty much stay in an apartment. So I'm gonna head towards cooking because all my cleaning isn't handled, but it's like I clean for myself. I get it done. Yard work is pretty much handled. So I'm going for the cooking. Like I want the crazy chef in the kitchen. Like we choose between yard work, cleaning, and cooking. I'm hiring a person that does the cooking.
Definitely.
Now, obviously, like if I lived in a house,
Hey, what up, Marin?
if I lived in a house, I think I'm shooting towards yard work. Good old landscaper out there getting the bushes together.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's where most people go, anyways. I think that's like one of the first things people
cutting
do.
the grass.
I mean, because it can be a bitch, dude. Like, I don't know, hot day, you're out, like, you gotta go cut the grass.
shoveling
I'm like, fuck
shoveling
that,
snow in the
dude.
winter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got any questions, Marin?
yeah, probably cooking. I'll probably go with cooking.
I don't know. See, theoretically, if we're in an apartment, you know, it's small, easy to clean, not too hard, you know. I do think cooking would be sick, dude. I would love a personal chef where I can eat good, but eat healthier how I want to eat, and like, cause that takes a lot of effort. I think out of everything, like I can clean, you know, 2 or 3 times a week.
I mean, it's just the idea of like, oh, I'm about to leave the house for 6 hours and the meal is getting made. Like,
See, that's the thing though, is that's like a daily thing, right?
yeah. So we talking about like,
But like cleaning, are we talking about daily activities? Like, so
I mean, but you have to think. So
cleaning?
like cleaning as a like, I mean, it's literally anything. Like, because I consider cleaning everything. Like somebody washing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom.
Oh, our laundry.
I don't consider laundry cleaning.
Really?
Laundry is kind of like how do I phrase it? I don't. That's like I guess that's a category of like personal cleaning. Like,
Okay.
like that's almost like laundry is basically up there with like a shower. Like, like nobody's like, rubbing your back in the shower. Like it's pretty much in that same alley.
I don't know. I think that if I had a maid, I'd really try and get her to do my laundry.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like people do it. I guess for me, like I don't know. I think that's a separate category.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say if I had a house right now, I would probably go with. I think I would go with yard work just because yard work is your presentation. Dude, you have good yard work, dude. People are gonna be fucking jealous. Not only jealous, but like it's just you look at your house, you're like, damn, this looks bad ass. You got the perfect shaped bushes, maybe even designed bushes, like a crazy spiral or some shit. You got that going on. Then you got like your nice like pure green grass all the way through. You got like the nice edging in your yard. I don't know. You walk in the door, that bitch could be a little dirty, but you already got that look from the outside. You're like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think, I mean, each has value. That's an interesting question, though. I think that's all the questions.
Okay, so we answered all the questions in the DM.
Well, I mean, I think this has been a cool little experiment. Everyone bear with us. This is the first time doing this, but, I mean, we got a good amount of questions. I think, people got to kind of know our lives a little bit. Yeah, so let's kind of get off this live chat. I think it's good. Hey, see everyone. All right, so we're off the live chat. Thank you all for listening and joining us. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And keep it real. See you next week. Thank you all for listening and joining us in another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell. So check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And see you next Tuesday when we talk with East Cleveland rapper TC Travolta. We talk about his rap career, acting career, and experience being a blood. It is a very interesting podcast, so you definitely don't want to miss this one. So see you next week, and keep it real.